Hi, I'm Brett Manning, and today I'm going to be answering your vocal questions. Be sure, if you have any questions or comments, to leave them on our Facebook, Twitter, or in the comments section below. The next question comes about tongue placement. Some people say up and backwards or forward, or a tight tongue or a loose tongue, or tongue hanging out. And there's so many conflicting instructions that what is it that we do. The Perfect Voice Institute, founded in Chicago in the early 1900s, talked about the tongue as almost like a trough, like a canal, like a and then they pulled it back. And it allowed for the maximum resonance with very little bit of effort. And that's good for O's and ahs. And I historically have taught people to notice some of the people with the best tones, their tongue was like this. Whenever I see people start to tighten their face, stick their tongue out, unless their tongue is just hanging out, like, ah, and it's relaxed. Remember this, that person's usually going to sing easy. The tighter the tongue, the tighter your sound. So the most important is to keep it right when you speak. So if I say E, tip of the tongue is resting behind the back of the bottom teeth. E, I, E. E, E, A. U, A. U, O, A. It didn't have to move once. And you are in the place of relaxation for the vowels. But remember, R, it rolls up. N, La, Da, Ta. All the consonants move the tongue, but on all the vowels, the tongue should be resting, not tense. Next question is, how do I sing on pitch? Well, first of all, let me say this, no one is tone deaf. So if you think you're tone deaf and you can't sing, it's a myth. If you're tone deaf, it means you can't even distinguish a conversation, because a conversation has up and down, right? When am I asking a question? When am I asking a question? Am I asking a question? See what I'm saying? My tone goes up and down. So you know, first of all, that you can discern pitch in your hearing. So nobody is tone deaf. They merely have to get tone consciousness into their vocal cords. Their voice has to obey what they hear. Otherwise, if you're tone deaf, all music would sound like it was one pitch. But you hear the variety. You hear the low notes and the high notes. Once we establish that, the way to sing on pitch is to be able to tune your voice. And we tune it using a sine wave. If I say this and play two notes together on a sine wave, you hear the vibration between the two pitches. Similar to tuning a guitar, and you hit the string below and you hit on the 5th fret, it's going to go until it's one straight pitch. If the pitches are off, the frequencies, the sound of the frequencies, it's like two people running at the same time, but one person's running a little faster, so you hear those steps. That's what you're hearing in the wave. So if I'm here, hear the wave. Now the slower the frequency, so the slower the wave. So when I'm here, if I'm off, now the chords to tune that refined motion, which is less than a quarter step of flexing between one pitch and the next, is the chords stretching 1/100th of a millimeter to make that happen. So you are kind of a miracle, that the fact that you can tune your voice. But I've seen people who have Grammys who've come in here, and when they do this sine wave, they'll say, hear the vibration? They're unable to say, no, you don't hear any vibration between the pitches. If you hear the subtle vibration, the chords start to go off. See, slightly sharp? So, you slide back and forth over the pitch. Now, this is my approach. But this can take sometimes a 2-hour session with me or one of my coaches to make this happen. First of all, make sure you have the program and you're exercising every day, because your voice will have better control and better pitch just from doing the right approach to singing. If you have extra muscle tension underneath your chin, if you're lifting your chin high to sing, if you're not taking a good breath, those things will affect as well your pitch. But this is an exercise that can help you today.